Here's an absolutely wonderful, I just love this program. It's a great way to get lots more views, lots more subscribers, and frankly lots more fame, which in turn brings you more views and more subscribers. Tell you straight away, you need a smartphone to get this going, and as you can see from this screen, we're talking about Flipboard. And if you've got a BlackBerry, an iOS or an Android device or a Windows device, and you haven't got Flipboard, go and get it anyway, because it's beyond doubt my favourite app, one that I just use all the time. I love it to pieces. If you don't know what it is, and if you do or not thought about it, at its simplest, you can create your own online magazine using Flipboard. It's been out nearly 2 years now, I think, but updated enormously last year. I've done some experimenting with it, got lots of views and subscribers, so I can now happily recommend it to you. The first thing you must do, though, is you need to go to flipboard.com and you need to go on your smartphone and download the actual program. You cannot set up an account from the desktop. You must do it from a smartphone. So let's just say that first of all. So go to the App Store, Google Play, Windows Store, BlackBerry World, blah, blah, or get the SMS link, whatever. But you need to do that on your smartphone first. So let me just close that window. And the site, I say, is flipboard.com, and it allows you to curate, in your own words, your own magazines, and they look terrific. Every week they pick a particular magazine. One of mine was chosen one of the first weeks, and that brought in thousands of views, which was a nice little bonus. Lots of sections here, and they highlight each week new ones. I'm just going to go into the travel section here and just show you what this looks like. Now, this is obviously a desktop I'm using for this, and it does look slightly different and slightly better on a smartphone, but you'll get the idea. These are magazines, and you can see the various situations there and the covers and so on. But each of these magazines has been curated, has been created by a person just like you and I. And at its simplest, that's the magazine cover, and it's very easy to choose a screen grab from one of your YouTube films and make that the cover. And if we click on that, let's give it a second to come up. Those of you who don't know, I'm on a satellite connection here, which cost me an arm and a leg. But normal internet connection here is a joke, basically. I think it's the best way of saying it. Okay, that might not be too clear on this. I think it's starting to come through now. But this is somebody who's called that. I'm going to try and read that. And you can see he's had 187,000 page flips. He's got 765 different articles in there. And I'll come back to articles in a second. And he's got 6,800 subscribers on here in total. Now, an article can be a news article that you've seen in the press that you can just flip into this. It can be a picture. But from our point of view, it can easily be a YouTube video. And from the app, it's an absolute piece of cake to copy your videos into this. That means that you can set up a magazine of your own. Everybody with a smartphone in the world can subscribe to that. And every time you add a new film, add it to your Flipboard. Your subscribers, if they wish, will then be told you've added a new film. And it looks absolutely amazing. And you can see, you can get lots of views. And this is all automatically set up for you, all these things. It's really easy. So can you see the arrow on the right here? On a smartphone, you do this with your finger. I'm obviously doing it with a mouse. But you can see how the pages flip over, just like a magazine. It's going a little bit quick here. But you can see in this magazine all these stories, in this case, pictures and so on. But anybody can. Let's just go to another one. Let's take this one. We can look at that. It opens it up in the original site, in this case in National Geographic, and that will then play in that new window. Just going to go back. You can actually also embed videos and so on in here. People can play them. But the play count, so if somebody plays it from within the app, increases your number of viewers by the number of times the film is played, just as though it was in YouTube. So although they're watching it on their smartphone and they're nowhere near a desktop or whatever, if someone watches your YouTube film on here, then they count, the number of people who have watched your film goes up, so it actually all counts. The other thing is, and I keep stressing this about annotations, your annotations also appear, and because it's embedded, people can then subscribe to your channel as well, and they can see all your various things, go to other films and so on. And of course, you would encourage them in YouTube, in Flipboard, sorry, to also watch your, to subscribe to your channel in Flipboard. Let me just go back there. Sorry, you can see you've got editions for various countries around the world. Okay. So if we look at the Turkish edition, no, it's Taiwan, sorry, but I'm going to regret this. It's going to be in Taiwanese now, as you can see that coming. And just give that a few seconds to come up. And there we are. The same thing there, but in different languages, but there's also lots of things here, even here in Taiwanese. Goodness knows what that says, and so on and so forth. So let's go back to the United States edition, which I think is where I started. There we go. And there's just thousands and thousands of these. Now, the great thing is that what you can do is put an announcement to your subscribers and on your links on each video they upload. See us on Flipboard, which makes you look, wow, they've got a proper Flipboard application, makes you look like a magazine publisher, and that means more likely that people will be able to watch your films and be suitably impressed by it. You see that flicking over there as I go through these things. All right, I have to say that it's a recent addition to a desktop, and I'm on a Mac here, and that's not brilliant, but it's still quite good. But when you see this on a smartphone, I use it on the iPad, I say, all the time. And it's just stunning. There's no two ways about it. I mean, just amazing. And any subject, whatever your particular niche or niche is on YouTube, and if you've got several, you can have several of these, not a problem. And there you are. You choose the graphic that appears on the front page. I suggest you, as you add a new video, you just press one button once you're in Flipboard, and that will update your front page. And if you're interested in craft beer or whatever, you can do so. One other thing this is really useful for, I keep my voice down because I want you to listen hard to this bit. Here are loads and loads and loads of niches. So we've got one here on craft beer, for example. Okay, we can go back to the home of that. Sorry, I need to come back. It's easier to do on a desktop, as I say. But we can actually see how many articles it's got, how many readers it's got. He's got 3,500 readers, so that's 3,500. It's a great way of finding out if you're looking for niches and so on, looking for a niche that you might want to be able to find, see what you want to be able to do. So a great way of finding niches, a great way of getting new views, and you become a publisher of your own magazine with a nice logo and things, a nice URL, I should say. And it's all from an app, and it's all free. And don't forget, once you've set up one of these, put a link to it in your videos, put it in the description, see our Flipboard page, see our Flipboard magazine, see us on Flipboard with a link to your URL, and that'll work really rather well. Enjoy.